Every Sunday, I'm in here giving you the top 8 stories. If you want to help out anyway, just visit the website, buy something, click on something, watch something, or just read something, or just sponsor a program. If you're just tuning in, you're in the media with me, Brian West. We are almost 45 minutes into the show, and I am almost at the top 2 stories that made it to the media this week. So you're in the Mediator with me, Brian West. I tried my best to read and research. I have to do tons of research, just combing, navigating every source of literature to find, give you the answers so you can be enlightened and understand what's happening around you. I want a good, clean, certain audience that understands the laws of nature so we can live peacefully amongst each other. And on top of that, understand that woes, even when there's woes happening, it can be tackled with all different types of skills that you can bring to the table to fix the problem. So if you want to contribute anyway, METHOD, the number 8, INC.com, method18.com. Story number 6. More debating on immigration policies are brewing up, but people want less talk and more action. Story number 6 is a very interesting story. Made it up to number almost in the top 3. Well, it is in the top 3. Folks, there has been some things happening, and when it comes to this immigration debate, and if people do not understand what's actually happening here, is Mexico, a lot of people are coming up through Mexico, and they're seeking asylum. Their country is in ruin. You look at what's happening in Venezuela, and what people need to understand is that there are asylum laws. Some people are blaming this administration, but in each administration, these laws they're talking about that border agents are violating the Constitution because they're searching people's devices. It's getting very, very it's getting intense because children are dying. And this is, I think, the third child has died in U.S. custody. And the reason why people are so animate about, or just even so, just why this story is because a lot of people is important is because a lot of people who are in America right now have their ancestors witness things like this. So the root of America has been the place where people have come to live a better life. And this story is gaining attention, and is giving the president a lot of enemies because of the fact that it's happening on his watch. But the thing that the right is having a problem with, or the party who supports Trump, is why weren't they're that hard on the past administrations when these things were just happening. We're just seeing it being addressed. So to try to stay in the middle of this game of what's happening, you're looking at even Mexico is deporting people from shelters because of riots and things. So this story is getting bigger, and even when you look at what's happening in Venezuela, this story may get bigger and bigger as we get closer and closer to the election. But people who are using this problem that we have from as a political strategy. If they're shouting out ways to handle this problem, I think we need to trying to find a way to figure this out. Because these countries don't seem to be getting any better for the citizens that they have, and aid is going to these countries. And now one thing Trump is trying to engage with certain policies. Like we've heard him say things like take them and put them in sanctuary cities, he's shooting out some crazy things. He's saying things like, he wants the asylum seekers to pay an application fee. So this story is getting intense. It's not just a story, but it's becoming a real. And then on top of that, he's talking about building a wall. But one thing I can say was good coming out of this is he's drawing attention to what's happening. What's been happening at the border. You've got cartel coming in. They're trafficking human beings. This is bad stuff. So you get people like Senator Rick Scott, who has compared Venezuela to Syria. So he's saying that if Mexico or Venezuela or these countries down south get any worse, we can see a mass exodus worse than what we're seeing into the United States, just like Syria did when we seen them. If you've been keeping an eye on what's been happening overseas, so you look at what's happening, and then you have people even like the Pope getting in on this big story. the Pope donates $500,000 to migrants stranded in Mexico. So this story is gaining steam, and people are starting to see what's happening inside these camps. They've got children in these camps, parents being so it's gaining some ground, and it's really becoming. But one thing I hate is we cannot paint this picture like Nazi Germany camps. No, what we see happening at the border is we see the problem that countries that have not been able to accommodate to the needs of their citizens. I have to be clear with this. And they have not been able to meet to the needs of their citizens. So these citizens, war-torn countries, are migrating into trying to find a better way of living. And you can't discredit them for that. They have families. They don't know what they're going to do. That's why more light, instead of politics, we need to look at the story from a reality standpoint. That's the only way it's going to be solved. Whew! Do you feel me? Do you feel me? Oh, God. Mediation is tough, I tell you. But somebody's got to do it. If you want to contribute anyway, you're in the media with me, Brian Westward. It's my supreme duty every week to give you top 8 headlines developing news stories that made it throughout the week. Sometimes I feel like I'm in some type of pulpit. I've got to preach the message of love and joy to people. Do you feel me? Pass it off or play it around. If you want to contribute anyway, all you have to do is visit www.methodinc.com, methodinc.com, where you can buy something, click on something, watch something, or just read something, or just sponsor a program. Very, very simple. method,
If you need help, then dial your operator.
Have no fear, fellow citizens. The Mediator is here.